Time to slip our mooring, and we're gonna head off to Pentwater for the night. This is gonna be our first trip, actually. We're gonna leave, go somewhere, come back. So we're calling it our first trip. Here we go. What do you think, Drakester? You love sailboats and going on sail trips?
The USS Silversides was one of the most successful submarines in the Pacific theater of World War II, with 23 confirmed sinkings, which is the third most of any Allied World War II submarine. She was built in 1941, decommissioned in 1946, and placed in service in Chicago until 1987, when she was moved to Muskegon as the centerpiece of the Great Lakes Naval Memorial and Museum.
As we're just cruising along. Now she's awake. Drake, do you have anything to say? No? I didn't think so. We lost our wind, but it seems now that it's filling back in. So we started the engine, running that for a while. I need to charge the batteries anyway. So I came up here to sit on deck with a blanket. It's a little, the wind's coming back, so I think it's gonna fill in and we'll pull the sails back out. But in the meantime, it's a little chilly as the sun's coming up. Holly and Drake are still down there in the cockpit, but we are making our way to Pentwater. The captain woke up from her nap. Drake's still just being Drake. We're sailing. Not exceptionally fast, but we're moving. Starting to warm up. The flannel got to come off. The sun's starting to come out.
Motoring now, and I'm at the helm. We lost our wind behind the dunes, and we're trying not to take 24 hours to get to Pentwater, so we decided to turn the engine on. Scott's taking a little nap. It's pretty quiet out here, so no complaints. This is the first time Scott's left me in the cockpit by myself for an extended period of time. And I have to say, I kind of like it. This is a nice spot.
We're heading up to Pentwater this weekend. just to kind of two things. What's really our only shakedown sail. We're going to try to head to the North Channel in the end of July, or end of June, early July. So this is the only time we've really had to take the boat out, sail it up north. And then we're also going to just work on the boat, I guess, you know, for the same trip. So yeah, it's a dual purpose or singular purpose, all in the grand scheme of preparing for our trip that we're going to take to the North Channel. We finally made it to Pentwater. It's been a long day, which doesn't really say much because we've got a lot of long days ahead of us to get to Canada, but we're here now. We're gonna dock and check out Pentwater.
So once again, it was a bit of a shit show getting into the dock, which maybe is why we have a mooring, who's to say. We're doing some chores while we're here, but little did we know, we showed up and right outside of our dock at the municipal marina, there's some kind of little concert going on. So that was unexpected, but hopefully cool.
So we made it to Pentwater and we've had a couple drinks now that we've settled in. And the first project is to flush out the tanks, and we're gonna put a little bleach in them to sanitize them, to try to get them cleaned out. The previous owner just kind of had a situation where they just hooked up water at the dock and that was it. So the tanks kind of went unused. So there's some buildup of like some nasty stuff in there. So we're trying to scrub them and sanitize them and get them cleaned out and ready to use.
All right, we're about to go check out our work in the water tank, the front one. Hopefully it's clean. Okay, so I got the scoop. Tonight is the kickoff of summer. They have free hot dogs. There's like a little town potluck, which is so cute. All these old men are carrying over crock pots and like little baskets full of things. And there's gonna be live music and we're invited. So I'm just sitting here filling the water tank, drinking a dark and stormy.
Somehow we showed up on the SOS, the start of summer in Pentwater, and they keep inviting us to eat all their treats for free.
Polka.
They're playing polka, and they've got this sweet potluck. So if you happen to get here at the SOS, you're gonna get a lot of free food and sweet treats.
Cute.
So yeah, come to Pentwater. Now it's time for the Antler Bar. Wet burrito. Everyone says it.
Green sauce if you like hot. Chicken.
So we've gone on a bar crawl through town. We started at the Antler, and then we went to Brown Bear. And now we're at the Gull Landing. Only one of them had touch tunes, if you care about that. And I played a song that probably no one has ever heard.
At that bar.
At that bar. And it was a hit, 100%. But nobody else had touch tunes. And we had some pretty good wings. Poor man's wings. At second place, Brown Bear. And now we're eating squid meat. And it's delicious.
He forgot to mention he played that song they've never heard twice. And it's called, what's it called?
I can't say it on YouTube. Actually, I played it 3 times. Well, after I left, I played it again.
It's called, it's something by Jay-Z.
It's a Jay-Z song.
You can fill in the blanks. He played it 3 times.
It's an amazing song. After partying last night, it's time to get to work this morning while we're in the marina. So, I am going to add 280 more amp hours to our battery bank, which is doubling it from a 280 amp hour battery identical to this to 560. So we'll be able to go to Canada and be off grid without worrying so much about battery power. And hopefully, if I have time, I've got an inverter I want to install also. So that went surprisingly fast. This is the old battery. Here's the new battery, same as the old one. Wired it up in parallel. So now we got 560 amp hours. The old battery in there. Here's the new one. Eve LifePo cells with a Daly BMS. So that went well. I realize it looks kind of like it's a mess down here, but it's better than it was, and I will improve it in the future. So don't beat me up too much for having connections like that. I'll wrap that up in some tape, but it's the ground side, negative side, so not too worried about it. But now I've got an inverter that I think I'm going to mount right there, or on the bottom side of that little shelf. Not sure, but I'm going to do that now. Got my brand new Victron Phoenix 12500 installed. Ran the power cables up. I've been liking this sheath stuff into the back of the inverter with the Bluetooth connectivity, and we are set. Eventually, it's not a very big one, so it's just going to be for like small loads. It'll cook our rice in a small crock pot, but other side of this bulkhead, galley. So I'm hoping out of the outlet, and then maybe we'll just put an outlet right there, and that'll be the one inverted outlet in our boat. They don't really plan on having a ton of 120 volt stuff, so I think that should do.
As we were leaving the dock in Pentwater, a group of onlookers started yelling at us from the nearby yacht club. Due to our limited experience with this new vessel, I assumed we were bound for imminent doom. They let us know there was another boat at the end of the channel who had been turning 360s and were probably aground. The channel was pretty shallow in spots, and their boat, which draws 7 feet, was in fact stuck. We offered to throw them a line and tow them through. One fellow immediately jumped in a harness and strapped to the boom, while another ran to the bow to hand me a line. My adrenaline was definitely pumping, but it felt good to help a boat in need, as I am sure we will need help somewhere along the way in the future.
So the sailback was so uneventful, we didn't film any of it. We pulled that boat out of a sandbar at Pentwater, and then we sailed back, and that was it. Or actually, we motored the whole way back. It was boring, we didn't do anything. But now we're back at our mooring, and our boat dog in training is just chilling up there at the front, just taking in the breeze. How cute is that? Oh yeah. He saw the dinghy, was close to the boat. He's like, my rod's here. I'm jumping in, I'm going home. But he didn't make the dinghy, so he just jumped in the lake and swam around. We yanked him out, and now he's wet. Maybe he's up there in shame, I don't know. Who knows? Actually, he has no shame. He probably wanted to jump in. But yeah, we're back. That's the end of it.